Vinaka, and welcome once again to Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, live on radio from 12 to 1, and it also is recorded for television purposes for our viewers this evening on this Tuesday, of course, 10:30 this evening. Now, with the, talk of the town being dengue fever, the outbreak has, it's not a joke anymore. People have been, some have been heeding the warnings, some haven't, which is why the reported cases so far has exceeded 2,000 people. Now, in studio with us, okay, as always, the Suva City Council is also one of the operations that have been conducting a lot of cleanup campaigns across the country. So we have with us in studio the Acting Chief Executive Officer and the Director of the Health Services of the Suva City Council, Mr. B.J. Chand. Bulavinaka, Mr. Chand, thank you so much for joining us in studio.
Bula.
All right. Now, Mr. Chand, first of all, tell us, what is the stance of the Suva City Council on this dengue fever cleanup campaigns that have been conducted right across the country?
Yeah, as far as Suva City Council is concerned, we have been very much concerned after the awareness has been done on this dengue outbreak. And the Suva City Council has organized all the cleanup. We have done 2 free cleanup campaigns so far. And we are also being assisted by the Ministry of Health in the dengue spraying that's being carried out. Apart from that, we have been serving notices on the owners of vacant lots to clear their vacant overgrown lots. And in cases where we find that the overgrown vacant lots have absentee owners, that means the owners are no longer in Fiji,
Right.
or they are deceased, the owners now becomes on the Suva City Council to clear those vacant lots, and we are doing that.
Okay. Now, because of this, I know there's been extra job being done by the council. But before the whole dengue outbreak and before the whole campaign, what is normally the city council's operations in terms of cleanups and stuff like that? What is the schedule normally?
Yeah, as far as garbage collection is concerned, we are doing 3 garbage collections in a week. And in the main city central, we are doing 6 times a week, that's Monday to Saturday. Apart from that, we are also carrying out free collection of green waste. That's once a month.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the cleanup that we are doing as normal routine.
Normal. Now, with the campaign that has been, the cleanup that has been introduced, what has your schedule been?
As far as the outbreak is concerned, we are very much concerned, and we have organized cleanup campaigns. In cases where residents are unable to put out their rubbish on the collection days, and if they are still holding back some rubbish, there's white goods, tires, tins, bottles, refrigerators, which they want to discard, they can always contact Suva City Council, and we'll collect those free of charge. Okay,
so they'll be collected free once they've been called out. Now, with the inspection of homes, I believe some homes have been, some families have been prosecuted because of the non-compliance of the cleanup campaign.
Yes, we are going around doing our rounds, both in industrial areas and residential areas. And if we find mosquito larvae are present on those premises, we are taking those owners or occupiers to task.
All right. Now, this is just around the residential area, or have you been doing this for other areas as well?
We, apart from residential, we are also targeting industrial and commercial areas as well.
Now, you mentioned as well there were, 15 homes that you have already?
Yes, there are 15 people that are being charged for presence of mosquito larvae on their premises.
Now, how does this work? What does the council normally do? How many do they send out?
Our inspectors go around doing the inspections. And if they find mosquito larvae or rubbish in their compound, they serve notices. But now we have gone a step further by prosecuting owners and occupiers whose premises are found to be breeding mosquitoes.
Okay, so they normally go right from Mondays to Fridays. Are the residents told beforehand that they appear or when they come?
We actually don't tell because we have already done a lot of awareness, and we expect the owners and the occupiers to do their job.
All right. And how has the feedback been from your staff? Has this made a difference to the residential owners?
I think most of them are now concerned. They are calling us to withdraw the cases, but we have a no-drop policy because of the outbreak, and we are refusing any withdrawals on those cases that are coming up.
So there is a certain area for a week that you go out and do inspection for?
Yes, we have got about 10 inspectors, so we distribute them in residential, commercial, and industrial areas.
And these areas would apply to which parts of the Central Division?
We are only confining ourselves to Suva City area, over which we have jurisdiction.
Now, as far as the spraying goes, how does this work for the council? How are you guys involved in the spraying process?
We carry out the spraying in partnership with the Ministry of Health. We provide the vehicles and a driver, and the Ministry of Health provides the machine and the chemical for spraying.
So when the Ministry of Health comes to you and says a certain area needs to be sprayed, are the residents warned beforehand that the spraying will be coming to their area?
Yes, we have a vehicle that goes in front of the main machine, which announces that the spraying is being carried out, and for them to take all precautionary measures.
All right. Now, so far, what has the feedback been? Do you think that from reports that you probably have received from the public and also from the staff, do you think that the spraying has been effective?
Yes, we have noted there is a reduction in the number of cases that's coming out from the Central Division, mainly in Suva, and a lot of rubbish has been collected, and that's an indicator that the breeding places has been reduced.
Okay. Now, for the white goods that you mentioned, now you say there's twice a year that you normally do this for the whole year. There's pickup times. Has the council thought of increasing that now with this dengue outbreak?
Actually, we have a normal cleanup twice in a year, free of charge, white goods.
That's the free of charge cleanup thing, right?
But if there is a call from the Ministry of Health or Department of Environment, we do additional cleanups free of charge as well.
Okay. As I mentioned, with the plans that you have laid out, has there been like a discussion to maybe increase that to maybe 3 or 4 annual cleanups, free cleanups per year?
If the need arises, we are always ready to have additional cleanups free of charge.
So you haven't actually discussed that yet?
Yes, but we have additional budget standby, to allow that to take place.
Okay. Yeah. For the staff, now I'm going to be personal and talk about like some of the staff in the council. How has the dengue affected some of the council members?
Fortunately, none of our staff has been affected by dengue.
Oh, good. Yeah. But, with a lot of workplaces, they have been affected. But yes, those of you who've just joined us, you're on Speak Your Mind. We're heading into another break, but we'll be back with Mr. Bijay Chan, who's the Acting Chief Executive Officer and the Director of the Health Services of the Suva City Council. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind. And once again, this is a show live on Gold FM radio right now at 12 o'clock Mondays and repeated for television purposes on Tuesday evenings. Now, joined with me in studio, we've got Mr. Bijay Chan. Once again, he's the Chief CEO, Acting CEO Officer, and also the Director of the Health Services of the Suva City Council. Now, Mr. Chan, I was just reading about some of the municipalities in the Western Division and how they're offering a free collection of rubbish in a bid to destroy mosquito breeding grounds. Now, like you said, only twice annually that they do the free campaigns here in the capital city. But as of the cleanup campaign, since it's been introduced, how often have you guys been conducting these rubbish pickups for free?
We have been conducting this in every March and also in November. Apart from that, as I've said earlier, we also conduct free cleanups when the need arises, especially if there is a potential outbreak of dengue fever, or there is a national or a global cleanup campaign. We join those celebrations to carry out special free cleanup campaigns.
So far, have you done any of these pickups for free since the cleanup campaign has taken place?
Yes.
Apart from the annual that you normally do March?
We have done 2 free cleanup campaigns, but if people still have got rubbish in their yard, they can call the Suva City Council on telephone 3313-433, extension 403, and ask for free collection. We are more than willing to assist in free collections.
I know certain areas, they have to wait for numbers to, maybe a lot more people to, call up, and then they do the free cleanup campaign. But with the council, you're not restricting it to just maybe 1 or 2 collections. You're actually opening it out for the public, whether they need to be picked up or not?
Yes, at the moment, because of the outbreak of dengue, we are assisting all our ratepayers and residents to do a free pickups. Apart from that, we are also encouraging free community cleanups that are being done, especially in squatter areas of Jitu Estate and Walia settlement, Nanuku settlement, where the people are engaged in cleaning, and we provide transport to quite a collection of those rubbish to the number of landfill.
So when you say free community cleanup, so if say for example, the neighborhood say in Samambula are organizing a cleanup campaign for their particular area, so can they just call the council and say we need some men to come and maybe cut the grass along the footpath, or come and help collect the rubbish with the residents? Is that possible for them to just call the council?
Yeah, that is possible. Also on vacant lots, if people have got vacant lots which are overgrown, they know about it, they can lodge their complaint with Super City Council. We'll take action on those.
But for normal pickup of white goods, how much is it normally to pick the white goods up if they need it like in a week?
Well, normally we charge a subsidized rate of $15 per cubic meter. That's the charges that we do. This is subsidized and it is only restricted to residential areas. For commercial and industrial areas, they'll have to organize their own removal.
Oh, so the council doesn't do the industrial and
yes, the
commercial areas?
Commercial and residential areas are excluded from this service.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know that. Now, for the council so far, have you had to employ more people to combat the dengue fever outbreak since the outbreak?
Actually, our cleanup campaign is continuing. We have got more than enough resources to combat that.
Okay. So you don't have to. You don't have to employ more people.
Yes, we do not need any extra manpower at the moment.
Okay. For the liaising with the health inspectors on the spring meet, how many sprays since I think it was in January that the outbreak thing, since from January till now, how many spraying has been done in which areas has the council catered?
The Suva City Council area has been sprayed twice in December and also in January, and the latest one is being done now.
Okay, whereabouts is it being sprayed now?
It's last Sunday it was being done in Namandi Heights, and they will be moving to other areas like Nambua now. Okay,
so Nambua at the moment. Now, I believe you only spray according to what where the most infected area is concerned. Has there been any call up for you to just go and spray beforehand, maybe say there's only 10 cases in this certain area? If someone had to call from that area and say we need to have this area sprayed, would the council go and have that area sprayed?
Yes.
Or do you have to liaise only with the Ministry of Health?
We have to liaise with Ministry of Health because this is a planned spraying being done, and we would like to do it according to our plans.
Okay, so you won't, if someone says, this area has been infected, like there's a lot of dengue patients in this area, we would like you to come and spray here.
If the need arises, we'll move in and do that.
Okay, but otherwise you liaise with the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chan, since this cleanup campaign, what other differences have you noticed? What other steps have the council, done to combat the dengue outbreak? What other services have you guys put in place?
We have run a lot of awareness in the community, and we have also organized all the free cleanup campaigns. We have gone to the extent of serving notices on owners whose yard are overgrown.
Right.
Also, the owners who have rubbish in their yard, our officers are there giving them notices to remove those. And we are doing the free cleanup service to our ratepayers and residents as well.
Have you had instances where neighbors call you up and then say, there's this area that's overgrown, no one seems to be, staying in that area? What do you guys normally do in terms of these complaints?
Once complaint is received, we investigate and take action. We serve notices on the people responsible for maintenance of those properties.
Otherwise, you guys take it into your own thing and maintain the property itself.
Yes. As I've said, if the owners are not located, the owners are deceased, or they are abroad, the council moves in and clears those properties.
Okay. There's something I've always been wanting to find out. Now, you know how you had the campaign for the proper usage of rubbish bins? And even from that time till now, I still see people using plastic bags and, as rubbish bins. I thought there was a rule put in place for them to, not to use these particular garbage materials, start using proper rubbish bins. Has the council also still implementing the persecution of these particular residents that do continue to use plastic bags
Yes,
instead of rubbish bins?
Yes, this is ongoing. We are booking people under the litter promulgation 2010 and also under the sewer garbage disposal bylaws for them to use proper bins.
Okay, because I can still see that being done now. How often do you guys do the inspection of these particular areas? Does the council wait for people to complain about this, or do you actually go out and do inspection of these particular areas?
We do our routine inspection apart from attending to complaints.
Yeah.
But the difficulty that we face now, because people put out those rubbish early in the morning and our officers start work at 8.
Yes.
And also a lot of rubbish is coming out after 4 when the time is knock-off time. And so the shopkeepers are getting much smarter.
Yeah.
And they're putting out rubbish, after our working hours. However, we are now organizing special, after-hours inspection, and we are doing bookings now.
All right. Well, hey, we'll have more of, the services provided by the Silver City Council in regards to the dengue fever outbreak. If you just joined us, great to have your company. If you have questions for Mr. Chan, feel free to call us up, 3220-906 or 907, or text us on 825. We're heading into a break, but we'll be back with more. That's right. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind, and I'm your host, Serafina Wedlock. Now, we just had an interesting caller earlier on, Mr. Chand, and I believe you can answer the question for our friend there. He actually, during the break, we had a gentleman call up and asked about, why can't we have a basin of water in the compound? Because this actually will help breed kill them. What is the question again, Mr.
Female mosquitoes can breed in.
Where the female mosquitoes can breed in. And the second one was, why cut the grass when they don't breed in the grass area? What can you answer for my friend, Mr. Chan?
Okay, for the first one, that's to do with having a basin of water to let the female mosquitoes breed. Yeah? Actually, it will be hard for all the owners, to comply with that.
Right.
Plus, if the mosquitoes are allowed to breed, and it is not taken care of, then we'll have the increase in mosquito population.
That's right.
The second question that he has asked, why cut grass? Because mosquitoes do not breed in those grass. I agree with him. Mosquitoes do not breed in grass, but they do hover in the grass.
That's right.
So they hide in there, and that provides a good ground for them to come out at night. Exactly. Or during the day and bite people.
And not only that, because when grass grow, if you have an empty container in there or in the grassy area, you're able to see it. So because of the long grass. So this is why grass is being cut. My friend, I hope you got your answer, your question answered from Mr. Chan here. Now, continuing on some other services. Now, the other one was, like I said, was the garbage bag, the law that was put in place, using plastic bags. And just the other day, I know this is something that I've always been wanting to inquire with the council. Now, heavy rubbish bins. Is this also something that has been that the council is against? Bins that are really heavy that cannot be discarded, the rubbish cannot be discarded from?
Yes, we do not allow large wheelie bins because it's an occupational health and safety issue.
Okay.
So workers are not allowed to pick those because of the lower back injury that we will suffer.
Okay, so what if they've got garbage bags in those bins and then you just take that out and chuck it into the truck? Is that allowed?
Yes, if it's smaller bags, not big bags,
right,
that can be lifted out, yes.
Okay, because I actually had an argument with my uncle about this. Because he said to just leave the plastic bags, and then we were confused between leaving the plastic bags and having a bin. Because his argument was, no, the rubbish bin is too heavy, we cannot put it on the road. And then my argument was, but we can't have the plastic bags hanging there because it's not allowed. So it was a bit of a twist and tumble between the two of us. So the solution I saw was have the garbage bin there with the garbage inside, but all the workers need to do is just take it out of the garbage and put it into the truck. So that should be fine.
That should be fine if it's with a garbage bag.
If it's with the garbage bag, exactly. Okay, moving on. I'm glad I got that sorted. What other services does the council provide for in the Central Division? I know not everyone is aware of what the council services are. So if you can, for our listeners' benefit, elaborate some more on the services of the Silver City Council. Yeah,
apart from that, we have these contractual services that we are contracted out. That's with grass cutting, street sweeping, drain cleaning, and also the green waste collection is also contracted out, which is done once a month.
Once a month.
Yes.
Okay. And for the collection of the white goods, I keep coming back to this because
Yeah.
I'm always, is there a day in the week where they have just goods pickup, like maybe only on Wednesdays a week every week, or is it only when you get calls for pickup?
If you get calls for pickup, otherwise it's confined to the normal, scheduled
Which
white
is the
goods.
March
Yeah.
and which is the annual,
No,
but that's the free pickup.
free
ones, right?
pickups. Yes.
Okay. What are like I said, for the West, they've actually done this for pickup, a free collection of rubbish in a bid to destroy mosquito breeding grounds, and they've actually conducted this for like a weekly thing, all for the month of March, or I believe February and March, and they've also got more still to come. Now, for the Nisinu area, okay, the Nisinu area, this is catered by the Nisinu City Council, the
Nisinu.
Nisinu Town Council. For apparently there's more in for the infected cases, special cases. The number of cases has been from the Nasino area. Have you had instances where the Nasino Council has also called up the Super City Council and say, you know what, we've got so many populated areas here that have infected cases. Would you be able to come and cater some of the spraying needs? Have you had to help out with the spraying in the Nasino area, the City Council, Super
Yeah.
City Council?
At the moment, I think Nasinu Town Council has the resources.
Yeah, so they haven't had.
Yeah. But if they are in need of some help, we always assist all the municipal councils.
Okay. Well, I don't know what else I'm supposed to ask you, Mr. Chan. I think you've basically answered most of them. But so far, what are the complaints that the council has received from the public in regards to maybe rubbish pickup or any other complaints that you have received?
Mostly it's just on the rubbish collection.
Mm-hmm.
That's breeding mosquitoes. Otherwise, we have normal collections organized, the garbage collection, and also the free cleanup campaigns and community cleanup campaigns. So it's going well for Suva City Council.
All right. Well, I believe some of our callers are still trying to call us up, so we'll just wait for them to call up. If you do have questions for Mr. Chand, the number once again is 3220-906 or 907, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer your questions for you. We've also got more still to come on Speak Your Mind, and if you just joined us, great to have you with us. Now, Mr. Chand, moving along, the spraying campaign, where do you, for the resources for spraying, okay, the actual chemical itself, where does the council have to get this? Are they planning supply for spraying needs?
Mostly the chemical comes from the World Health Organization. The ministry is assisted by the World Health Organization if they run short of funds. So that's an area that they have to tap into.
Mm-hmm.
And WHO always, is willing to assist the ministry and the other councils.
All right. Now, like I said, for the spraying needs, do they have to call you up for spraying needs? Like I said, apart from the reported cases, for example, I haven't had anyone come in our area to spray our particular area. And I think we've had 3 households that have had dengue fever. Like, if I have to call the council up and ask them, would you be able to come and spray our area beforehand? Would you be able to do that?
We actually liaise with the Ministry of Health, and once we get the advice to spray, then we go along and spray those areas with the assistance of the Ministry of Health.
Okay, so I have to call the ministry then.
No, you can call us. We will liaise with the ministry.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Hey, once again, if you just join us on Speak Your Mind, we're heading into a break, but we'll be back with more. And if you are trying to call us up, 3220-906 or 907 is the number to call, and we'd love to hear from you. Welcome back to Speak Your Mind, and once again we're joined by the acting Chief Executive Officer and the Director for the Health Services of the Suva City Council. Now, not only is he here to talk about, the stance the council has in regards to the dengue fever outbreak and cleanup campaigns, but also in regards to the council and their services as a whole. Mr. Chan, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Mm-hmm. Now, towards the end of last year, the opening of the Maisuva Park, I believe, was a highlight for the council itself, especially since its popularity has grown over the past few months. Now, the maintaining of the park itself, has it been one that has been consistent, and what has the response been from the public been like?
The Maisuva Picnic Park is heavily utilized at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you go around, you'll find this Maisuva Park is packed with people, It's not only the Suva residents, but also from outer suburbs like Nasinu,
Yeah.
Lemi, and also from the Western Division. People are taking advantage of this My Suva Picnic Park, which is an icon in the South Pacific, I believe. And the maintenance cost is, huge to us, but we
Right.
are trying to maintain it on a regular basis. For the upkeep of this park, we are also employing security personnel to ensure the gardens are not damaged, and also the furniture and other equipments are maintained. So we have a 24-hour security around the park.
All right. For the rubbish that has been, I know that you have been maintaining this part of the park, but what is the public? Has the public been utilizing it in a responsible way, as like, for example, disposal of rubbish and other facility and other rubbish items that they have in the park area?
Actually, the public are responsive to our request, to use the
that's
litter
good.
bins.
Yeah.
And we also ensure that those litter bins are cleared on regular basis. We have workers there to maintain those bins on a regular basis.
What are some of the rules that the park has in place as far as for usage of the park, as far as the public is concerned?
Yes, we are not allowing any alcohol to be consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, no smoking. We're not allowing people to smoke there, as well as not to pick flowers. No spitting is allowed. To not to go inside the pond and pick fish or crabs.
Right.
So those are the issues that we are trying to address to maintain the park. So all the people are able to take pleasure from that park.
Oh, that's nice. And I believe there are more plans in place for more recreational areas, as such as the Mysore Park.
Yes, we are intending actually to extend the Mysore Park towards the Maritime School. We have already applied for a lease, and once we get a lease on that, we'll extend that Mysore Picnic Park, so we could accommodate more people to come and enjoy the picnic and holidays after hours with their families and friends.
Nice. Now, apart from the Mysore Park, what other recreational areas does the Suva City Council have provided for the people of Suva?
We have provided children's park with this equipment, Suva Point. We have got it in Maria Park and other locations around the city.
All right. Well, if you were listening in to Gold FM this afternoon and you'll have questions for Mr. Chand, feel free to call us up on 3220-906 or 907, or you could even text us on 825. Now, continuing with our discussion, what other services apart from what other services does the council provide for in regards to recreational areas in the capital city, Mr. Chand?
Apart from that, we have soccer grounds, rugby grounds, we have hockey, cricket. That's done at Albert Park, and soon we have plans, to upgrade the Albert Park. We'll,
That's
raise
right. I heard about
Yes.
these plans. When is the council looking at starting the upgrading for the Albert Park?
We have already started our consultation process, and we have got consultants on board, and we are in the discussion phase how to move the project forward.
Okay. Now, mentioning all these recreational areas, the public parks, and also other venues, how has the council been? How often do the council go and maintain these areas? Like now that with the outbreak of dengue and other, with the cleanup campaign, how often does these public parks are being cleaned up?
Actually, we have a section called Parks and Gardens, and this section of ours looks after all these parks around the city, and all the maintenance is done by them, including the gardens.
Okay. Well, I believe we have a caller on the line, and we'll just revert right back to him. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Who am I speaking with?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, good afternoon. You're on the air. You have a
I was
question
the one
for
who
Mr.
asked
Chan?
about the basin of water.
Okay, go right
I'm
ahead.
surprised that the gentleman, with due respect to him, that he never thought of going further. Even the Prime Minister, the Minister of Health, all these people should be aware there is a way, if we all did this together, that this basin of water, a simple thing like that. Schools can be asked with children, around the schools, around the hospital, nurses, everybody can do that. I don't think people will forget about that basin of water in 7 days before the larva hatches to a new. I think the female lays about 80 eggs or whatever, and we'll be killing 80 eggs. I think we've given up hope too early. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, my friend. Well, there you go. I think what the caller was mentioning is if you have the basin of water outside. This will actually have the female mosquitoes laying eggs. What do you reckon, Mr. Chand?
I think the caller is misled because all the people don't think alike.
Right.
Right. So responsibility will be on the occupiers or the owners, and if they don't do what they are supposed to do, then we'll have a real problem on hand.
Okay. Well, I hope that answered your question, my friend. Thank you so much for calling us up on 3220-906 or 907. But if you have more questions for Mr. Chan, that's what he's here for. Feel free to call us up on those particular numbers, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer your queries for you. Well, if you just joined us, you're on Gold FM. We're heading into a break, but we'll be back with more. Welcome back to our final segment of Speak Your Mind. And in studio, we have with us the acting chief operating executive officer, Mr. Bijay Chand. And he's also the director for the health services of the Silver City Council. Now, Mr. Chand, apart from the upgrade of the Albert Park, what other plans does the council have in place for other areas of the city?
We have another plan to upgrade the supermarket and the bus station project.
Oh, so what's the big plan in place for this?
Actually, we have now engaged consultants who are working on the concept design, and we have called for expression of interest. And once we have those received, we'll be going through those expression of interest, and then we'll move forward from there.
So you're looking at moving the marketplace or just extending it?
We actually will be relocating that market.
Oh, so it's being relocated?
Yeah. It will be next to the MPI site, where we want to do it. And we'll be having a bus bay at Walu Bay.
Nice.
So what will happen, the buses coming in will be only dropping and picking passengers. There won't be a holding bay at the new site for the redevelopment.
Wow, this sounds like a really big project.
Yes, it costs around about $80 million. So we are doing a thorough planning on that before we move with the project.
What is the time frame we're looking at for this particular project?
We're looking at end of this year to finalize the plans. And if everything goes to plan, then we'll be looking for funding for the project. And
hopefully it'll be in place by the next 2 to 3 years?
Yes, around about that, yeah.
Why had they decided to maybe move the marketplace? Why was this plan put in place?
The market has become very congested, and there is a short of space, and also sheltered area is not there. So we want to provide better facilities, not only for the vendors, but also for the people who are doing their shopping. So this will be a big project, and we want to make sure we do it right the first time. So everything goes according to plan.
Is this also because of are they trying to make the city area look a bit more attractive to the tourists, with the tourists that have been coming into the country?
Yes, that's the whole idea, because we also facing traffic congestion.
Yeah.
So we'll be working together with the Fiji Road Authority and other utility providers like FEA and water supply to make sure that those services are available.
Nice. How has the council, how has the city benefited from the visitation of these particular tourists, also these tourist cruise ships that have been coming and arriving into the country?
We have recently been blessed with very good weather.
Yes.
And tourists are really enjoying, and a lot of ships are coming in. And we have been running our awareness with these short sellers, not to harass the tourists.
What have you guys put in place for this? Like you said, you have been have you held meetings, or have you called done visitations to these handicraft centers?
Apart from awareness and visitation, we have called these vendors who are short sellers to educate them, and also we have issued them with ID cards to signify they are authorized short sellers.
Now, I've also noticed that they've had stalls now that they've put in place right outside the is it the bridge along right behind Village 6 Cinemas. Now, what is the process or procedure in regards to these stalls? Do they have to register to have their stalls out in those public areas?
Yes, we have got those areas marked out, and those handicraft sellers who want to sell along this Stinson Parade area,
Stinson Parade, yeah.
they pay a nominal fee to council, and they sell their handicraft items from there. It not only benefits them, but also the tourism industry.
Exactly. Now, Mr. Chand, you know how they've had also these tourist boats when they come in, they go directly to the big retail stores like Jack's of Fiji or Tapu City. Now, have you had residents or have you had handicraft stall holders that have come and complained about the fact that none of these visitations or none of these tourists have been going to them? I mean, like has been directly taken to these particular stall holders. Have you had complaints from the residents or from the stall holders?
So far,
Market
we haven't really had complaints from them because I think they are getting share of this tourist market.
Oh, so they were also been benefiting
Yes.
as well. Okay, nice. Just looking because we like I said, me and my co-host and I used to talk about this. Like sometimes they would just go right to the big, and we thought that maybe some of these other small stallholders haven't been getting the the cream of the crop as well. Okay, moving on. The upgrade for the Albert Park. What is the time frame that has been given for that?
Here again, we are just finalizing our plans. We are still on the concept design. And once we finalize that, because we are also planning to knock down the old pavilion
Oh, okay.
and build a new pavilion. So this one too is a massive project, which will cost around about $6 million.
Right.
So we want to raise the ground level as well. So
Nice.
provide underground drainage and also a new pavilion.
Nice. That'll be really good. For the parades and for the other festivals that they have at the Albert Park, how has the council assisted in some of these? Where does the council come in providing the services for these particular parades? Are you in charge of the cleanup campaigns or the setting up and stuff?
Actually, those wanting to use our facility, they usually hire it. And we also set conditions. If they are not cleaning it, then we'll put a fee to it. Just like Hibiscus Festival, they always organize their own cleanups. So we are assisted there.
Oh, so the hibiscus event, that's normally cleaned up by the events group themselves.
Yes.
Oh, so the council has no...
Yes, only with the park area, but the streets and other surrounding areas are cleaned by the council.
Oh, nice. And the Maisuva Park, I believe you also hire this out?
We only hire out the bure.
Oh, the Bure.
Yes.
And what's the hiring criteria?
We actually just charge $350.
For the Bure itself?
Yes, just for hiring of that bure only.
And that comes with the...
with all the facilities.
And the security as well?
Security as well, yes.
Have you had a few people hire since
Yes, people are
since it
hiring.
has opened?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been popular.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, for functions and stuff.
Function parties, birthday parties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, just another reminder, Mr. Chan, could you please, for our listeners' benefit, elaborate once again the cleanup, the pickup, the white goods pickup schedule for the week, and also if they would like to request for the council to go and assist, who they can get in touch with at the council, and what are the numbers that they could call?
Yeah, just to wrap up, we urge the residents, not only in Suva but all around the country, please take heed of the dengue outbreak and do your part by removing all containers that are likely to breed mosquitoes. And for Suva residents, if you have problem in disposing rubbish, please call us. We'll assist you and provide free collection. The number is 3313-433, extension 403. We'll be more than happy to assist those who have not taken advantage of the free cleanup campaign, and we are ready to help them.
And I believe that's the same number that they could call to if they have complaints and other issues?
Yes, any complaint, they can ring the same number.
All right. Well, there you go. I hope you got those numbers down, and be sure to utilize the services of the Suva City Council. That's it for us today. We sure hope you enjoyed the program. Until next time, you have a blessed day.